You don't have a time problem, you have an energy problem. Most entrepreneurs don't get stuff done, not because they don't manage their time effectively, but because they don't manage their energy effectively. You ever wonder why some people get more done in less time? It's because they're being more productive. It's because they're using their energy effectively. So time management is dead. It's energy management that you really need to focus on. Weak energy equals weak execution. And if you want to maximize your productivity, you've got to multiply your focus with your energy and your recovery. Don't listen to your apps, listen to your body. You know your body better than anyone else, and you're certainly not going to get everything you want to get from an app. So stop managing your time and start managing your energy. Hi, I'm Grant Hutchby, and this is the next episode of the Carnivore Entrepreneur Show. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about how you as an entrepreneur can manage your energy much better than anyone else and get more done in less time. So as a reminder, I help successful but stuck entrepreneurs get at least 15 years off their biological age and absolutely maximize their body, their mind, and their bank account. Ultimately, be younger, happier, and richer. Let's get into the episode. So let me reverse back the years. I've got a little story to tell you. So back in 2017, about sort of 8-9 years ago, I had loads of apps, loads of productivity hacks, loads of things that I wanted to do. But I still ended up burning out and working myself into the ground, getting injuries. And basically what I was trying to do was to get as much done in the time that I had. But what I wasn't doing was I wasn't managing my energy and listening to my body. I was looking at apps. I was thinking that going to the gym loads was the answer. I wanted to look better. But ultimately, I was burning out and I wasn't getting the productivity and the results that I wanted to get at the time. Fast forward to a few years later in 2023, and that's when I really started to figure out that it wasn't my time management that was the problem. It was my energy cycle and my energy management. And that's when I started to really fuel and focus my energy on what was going to give me the best productivity in that moment in time, what was going to get me the best results in the gym, what was going to give me sustainable energy throughout the day, and what was the best amount of time to work on different things, like where I should be working on high value tasks, where I should be ticking off those low value tasks, where I should be having calls, and just understanding not only how long I can work on a task, but when the best things to do stuff are. Like I know that if I go to the gym first thing in the morning, that's going to give me sustained energy throughout the day. And if I spend a focused amount of time in the gym doing the things that are going to get me the result that I want, that's going to end up not only not tiring me out for the day, but giving me energy and giving me the results that I need. So ultimately, I didn't need more hours. I needed more power in the hours. I needed more productivity. And rejigging how I did things, the things that I put into my body, how I recovered, how I worked, how I trained, that then started having a massive impact on my energy and therefore my productivity. And at the end of the day, going back to our core values, which is simplicity, structure, and consistency, I just needed to simplify things down. So to make things really clear and simple, a bit like one and done framework in the gym where you do 1 or 2 sets to absolute failure and then you go home. Don't spend any more than 30 minutes in the gym. And also having 1.5-hour blocks with breaks for my working day. That was simplicity. But then also getting the structure there that I needed to make it work, knowing what workouts what workouts I was going to do, and knowing what type of work I was going to do in those work blocks gave me structure. And then ultimately I was able to be consistent with it. And the last thing that I sort of did to, I guess, manage my energy better was, we've got lots of technology around us at the moment, and it's just going to get more and more and more with AI, smart devices. We've got lots of digital data about ourselves. And while this data is really, really good, this data is great. It allows you to see trends and patterns and be able to make adjustments over the long term. Where it becomes really damaging, and this is where I fell short back in 2017, all the way through really until sort of 2022, was when my smart device told me something about myself, my brain started to convince myself that I was that, and it actually impacted my energy. So I'll give you an example. I might have woken up one morning and my smartwatch said I didn't have a great sleep. It may have been 60% or something like that. And that made my brain and my body have less energy, because I thought, oh, my smartwatch is saying I didn't have good sleep. I must not have good energy today. And it has that knock-on effect. Really, what I then started to learn to do on a day-by-day basis was to listen to my body. The person and the thing that knows your body the most is you. You know your body the most. And do not ever lose sight of that. Your body is the ticket to you getting the youth, the happiness, and the monetary success that you've ever wanted. It is the foundation, because it impacts every area of your life. And the better you know you, your body, inside and out, not how you feel physically, but how you feel mentally as well. Don't let some smart device tell you something different. If you feel great, if you feel amazing, but your smartwatch says you don't have much battery, or you didn't have great sleep last night, or your heart rate is raised. For crying out loud, your heart rate might be raised because you're excited about something. That gets your heart rate up. It is not bad that your heart rate goes up, okay? But you can see trends with your smart devices. I get that. You know, if on average your heart rate when you're sleeping has been going up, that might be an indication that you need to change some of your health habits or your routine or whatever that might be, so you can bring your resting heart rate down. But that's just an example. So point I'm trying to make is smart devices are great for seeing trends, making adjustments, pointing things out that you might not have seen over a longer period of time. But on a day-by-day basis, do not let your smart device govern how you feel or how much energy you have, because it's up to you to listen to your body in the moment. So one thing I fundamentally believe, and this is something for everyone to take note of, I fundamentally believe that a great morning routine that you can get done before the world wakes up gives you an edge over everything else, and also builds your energy for the following day or for that day. And you can see my morning routine in my ebook. Feel free to download it. And I've gone through my morning routine on other episodes. However, I think it's really important that you understand that if you can get up early enough, get a quick win in there. That doesn't necessarily mean doing what I do and jumping into an ice bath at 4:45 in the morning. You know, that's for me. That's what I like doing. And you might like doing it as well. However, doing something that is tough first thing in the morning will give you that resilience and give you that first win of the day. And also start stacking those wins. So if you promised yourself you'd get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and you do, win number one. If you promised yourself you'd brush your teeth, win number two. If you promised yourself you'd stretch, win number three. If you promised yourself that you would take all your vitamins and read a book or do some journaling and ultimately maybe after that go to the gym, they're all wins, little wins that you can stack at the beginning of the day. And what that does is it gets your mind not only into a place where you're energized and building energy because you're doing things that build energy, like journaling, activating your brain, like taking your vitamins, like hydrating yourself, like stretching, like going to the gym. This all builds energy up, but it not only does that, it gets your brain into this winning mentality so that you can win the rest of the day. And that's where the edge comes from. That's where you build your energy, because a winning mentality builds energy and a great morning routine builds energy. There's no point doing this routine spread out over a day, because what you're doing is you're trying to build your energy up to a point where when you start work, when you do your first hour and a half block, 2 hour block at the beginning of the day, you are at your peak energy level. Your body is fully woken up. You've got all the nutrients into your body that you need to, and you are absolutely ready to make the best hour and a half that you can ever do. Imagine this. And this is what I used to do when I was a lot younger. Get up at 8 o'clock, have a coffee, have a little bite to eat, and then go to work, start work at 9 o'clock. If you've just done those one or two things, you really don't have any wins for the day. You really haven't been up long enough to allow your body to wake up. And you haven't done a lot of mechanics within your body to build the energy to a level that when 9 o'clock starts, you can absolutely hit the ground running with your best work. And that's where the trick is to getting up early. I'm not saying that you can't be successful and get up late. What I am saying is that if you don't give yourself enough time before your first work block, you can't wake your body up enough to make your first work block the best it can possibly be. And remember to eat that frog, to do the most difficult thing that you can do first, because it gets it off your mind and out the way and done and dusted. It'll make you feel great, make you feel you've won something, and the rest of the day will be a breeze. And like I said before, put some structure to it and put some strategy to it. So if you know that you can work for an hour and a half and you've got good productivity, put a couple hour and a half blocks and make sure that what you do within those hour and a half blocks and the times that you do them match what you know your energy levels will be at that day, at that time of day, based on what you know about you. And the only way you can know more about you is just analyzing how you feel at different parts of the day. And if you know that in the middle of the day, you are absolutely on fire and you're ready to take on anything, put an hour and a half block in the middle of the day, and that's where you do your best work. But it is about you, knowing what's best for you and where your best energy is going to be. And that's where you should place your high value stuff. Where you might not have as high energy, but still decent energy, that's where you want to do your calls. And where you know you've got low energy of the day, and for me, that's right at the very end of the day. Where you've got that low energy is where you tick off all those remaining things that you want to tick off. The reason why I'm focusing on helping successful but stuck entrepreneurs reverse their age or reduce their biological age by 15 years is because all of the habits and things that you have to do to reverse your age are not going to only help you live longer, but it's going to give you more energy now and make your life better right now. And there are loads of stuff with reversing aging, but a lot of people don't think about the recovery side and the mental side of reversing aging. Yeah, it's about what you eat and how you exercise and all the stuff that you can do for your body. But reversing aging is all about the mind as well. And energy management is all about the mind. If you think about it, if you've been on a really long drive, you've not been doing much physically, but you feel absolutely drained after a really long drive because you've been concentrating on one thing for quite a long time. And that's why they say to take breaks when you drive every hour and a half, 2 hours, because that's usually what most people's ability is to stay at their, peak awareness when they're driving. And the same thing is when you're doing work, right? So the better you can manage your energy in your mind, not only the better energy that you'll have in general, but also it will help reverse your age as well, because you won't be under as much stress and you'll feel better within yourself. Stress has such a physical impact on the body. And if you can put the things in that are great, you can have your mindset in the right place, and having your rest, having your sleep and meditation and going out for walks are so amazing for your mind. And don't ever think that just going for a walk or sitting still for 5 minutes, not thinking of anything, isn't going to be great for you. It pays dividends. Like if you took a break for 5-10 minutes and just cleared your mind between tasks, you would have a much more productive day than if you worked through that 5 or 10 minutes. So take time to think about how you can re-energize your brain and the practices that you can do to get your brain where it needs to be, because it not only will help your energy, but it will help your longevity as well. So let me ask you this question. Where in the day are you leaking the most energy? Is it in the morning? Is it midday? Are you doing too many low value tasks first thing, and that's draining your energy and making the rest of the day worse? Should you be doing the most difficult tasks at the beginning of the day? Some people think doing easy tasks at the beginning of the day gets them into a rhythm, but actually it has an opposite effect. It drains your energy from tasks that you could be putting better energy into that are going to get you a better result. So where is your energy draining? If you don't know, it would be really good to monitor your energy levels for a week at different parts of the day and just rate them from 1 to 10. And you can see where your peak energy is, and then figure out where you're best spent in terms of the tasks that you're doing. So challenge you, have a think about that, monitor your energy and see where you can improve. So plug those leaks and you will have it all. All the energy, all the strength, all the power that you have ever wanted. Energy management is the key. Not only the key to getting more done, but also the key to living longer, happier, and richer. So feel free to download the Have It All Toolkit at bookresources.thecarnivoreentrepreneur.com. It's available to you now. You can download a lot of stuff for free. There's also some great upgrades that you can do as well to really get all the frameworks that I do on a day-by-day basis and start really leveling up your body, your mind, and ultimately your bank account. And that's the message I want to leave you guys with today, is to take your energy to a new level and start reversing the aging process. Live longer, give yourself more energy now, and ultimately be younger, happier, and richer. My name's Grant Hutchby. I'm the Carnivore Entrepreneur, helping people reverse their age. And we are here on a journey, ready to become the absolute best human beings that we possibly can be, and to live the life that we were supposed to be lived, with strength, with energy, and with power to do what we want, when we want, with who we want. And there we go. See you guys on the next episode. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You are a carnivore entrepreneur. Live life how it was supposed to be lived, on your terms, with strength, energy, and purpose. I'll see you on the next episode.